Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Intero Real Estate Agent Insight. In this episode, we have Gustavo Garcia, one of our newest additions to the Intero family. He's going to give you an inside look of what he's done to fast track his business and how Intero Bakersfield has put him on this track to establish and grow his business within the first year. So, guys, hope you guys take notes. Hope you enjoy it. Let's take it away. Here we go. Okay, hey guys, how you guys doing? This is Moises Rosales with Intero Real Estate Services. Super excited to bring you guys another Intero Real Estate Insight. And we're super excited today to bring you guys one of our newest members to our team as well as to the Intero Real Estate team. So super excited to introduce him. I want to introduce him. His name is Gustavo Garcia.
Hey,
what's up, Gus? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Good, brother. Hey, I appreciate the time. I thank you so much for coming and taking the from your busy schedule to really sit down with us and sharing with everybody a little about your insight about being a real estate agent. So
yeah. Well, Mo, first of all, thank you for having me here today. I really appreciate the time and everything. But so a little bit about myself. My name is Gustavo Garcia. I mainly go by Gus.
Okay.
So everybody, my close people, know me as Gus, and I come from Lamont, born in a family of my dad and my mom, hardworking parents, farm working and hardworking parents in Lamont. I grew up in Lamont, recently moved to Bakersfield. For you guys who don't know, Bakersfield, Lamont's a little bit away from Bakersfield, about 15 minutes away from here. So I grew up there. I enjoy hanging out with friends. I do have a fiance, I have a house here in Bakersfield, and I serve the Kern County doing real estate.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're from Lamont.
Yeah,
okay,
from Lamont.
So again, he said a very small town here in Kern County.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people that don't know, Lamont is about 20 minutes outside Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Very small, tight community. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And I feel like very few of those people leave Lamont.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Is that type of town?
It is, and everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. So, Gus, why real estate? Or where were you at before you even decided to get into real estate?
Yeah, so prior to real estate, I was actually a property manager. So I've been doing property management for, I want to say 8 years.
8 years,
property management, which is kind of similar in a certain way to real estate, but not quite the same thing. It's a little different, but yeah, I've been doing that for 8 years.
So 8 years in property management.
Yeah.
What made you say, hey, real estate, or what opened up that avenue or that idea of, taking your tests?
Yeah, I feel like mainly it's the sense of freedom. Okay. The way that I want to be able to make my own schedule, and one of the things is that have no limitations of what I can make. I feel like when it comes from a 9-to-5 job, you're kind of destined to work to a certain extent and be able to be capped at a certain point. Okay. And I feel with real estate, there's no cap, there's no limits of what you can make, what the things that you can do in life, and I feel like that is something that is very desirable for a lot of people.
I think it's one of the pluses of real estate, right? That a lot of people see that it could be a vehicle to really become or do whatever you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So good, man. So you saw that in real estate, but what really made you kind of say, okay, this is the time for me to go and get my real estate license?
Well, for me, I started in that job, right? So a little bit further back to that, I used to work in doing retail, and I landed that job, 8 years ago in that field, and I wanted something better for myself, so I applied to random different jobs. And from there, I ended up getting a phone call from this place, and I'm like, where am I getting a phone call from? Like, I didn't even know what it was or who it was, so I showed up for the interview. And when I showed up to the interview, it was a management company, and I was like, what am I doing here? It was crazy the way I landed that job, and I landed as of occupancy specialist. So what that was is for me, going around people's doors and knocking on the doors and like, hey, you've been here for a few months. How do you like living here?
Yes.
And from there started just delivering notices, leasing agent, and from there I started moving up. I got promoted to assistant property manager, property manager, and then multi-property manager.
Okay.
So I feel like once I moved up the ladder, right, the corporate ladder, and I reached a certain point, I kind of started thinking, hey, this is everything that I want in life. Is this everything that I want for myself? And it is really not. So that kind of opened my mentality and be like, hey, I need something better for myself. I need to grow. I'm stuck in a box. Okay. I'm stopped in my own circle, and I didn't like the feeling of that. You're kind of in no man's land.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the funny story, guys, is that actually Gus and his fiance actually reached out to us, and we actually helped them through the process of buying a home.
Yeah.
So, and now he's here, which is awesome. So let me ask you this. So obviously this was going on before we even helped you buy a home.
Yeah.
Or was this like during the same time?
No, actually, you guys, we reached out to you guys. You know, Maria, my fiance, reached out to Maria, and at the time, we were living in an apartment complex where obviously where I managed. And she always has this idea as a little girl. Hey, I live in an apartment complex. I live in someone else's home, and she wanted to have that feeling of owning a house. You know. And from that point on, obviously, you know, we both wanted, okay, you know what, let's buy a house, let's do this, let's take it to the next level. And she reached out to Maria, and it was the best thing that has happened because from that sale, it opened up my eyes of like, hey, you know what, if I want to do business, I want to do business like them. I want to be and help people out like they are, and they go way and beyond a certain point, so to help out others.
So obviously those two visions came together, right? You're like in this place where realization of I've met the highest point of the corporate ladder, at least for my job.
Yeah.
I want more freedom. I want more space. I want to do more of the things I love to do.
Yeah.
And I went to an experience where, you know, man, they give you an awesome experience. It looks like a wonderful career. Kind of met together, and now you're kind of like, hey.
Yeah.
Right. So tell me about that. Like, how did that say, okay, I got to go get my license?
Yeah. So even before, you know, I was doing property management. I'm like, you know, I want to do sales. I like helping people, and the aspect of handing them the keys when it was a rental. And I'm like, I can only imagine what the feeling is of hey, this is your dream home. Yeah. Here are your keys. So when I had the idea of like, hey, I want to do real estate, obviously you guys were the first one that came to my mind. And obviously I reached out on social media to Maria, like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but you helped us buy our home, and we love the experience. I want to see if you guys are looking for someone else, another person that can help you. Well, actually, that can be a tribute into you guys' team. So
good.
Yeah.
And so reach out. He reached out, and obviously, you know, the rest is history, and we're here now.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that now. So you got your license. How was that process? How was that stressful? Were you still working? You know, how was that process of getting your real estate license?
Yeah, so I did get my license. I was still working, doing management, but I did get took my classes, and it took me a couple of months actually, and it took 2 tries for me to get my test.
Because when you reached out to us, you already had your license.
Yeah.
I think you were like, hey man, I got it. I'm just waiting for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I went out there. Obviously, I did my classes, did my stuff. I passed it, and I reached out to you guys. So that's how I came in contact with you guys.
So you can prepare. Say, hey, I'm all in. I got my license. Hey, and now I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you loved the experience with us. You felt comfortable reaching out to us. You came on board.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your first reaction or your first impression of real estate now.
One of the things that was different, right, because I came into real estate and I'm like, well, you know what, I've been doing property management for so long. I deal with people on a daily basis. I talk to people on a daily basis. I show units. Might be the same thing, right? Yeah. That's what everybody tells themselves. And the misconception about it is that it's really not the same. Like it's just really not the same. The fact, because when it comes to management, right, people go to you. Everybody wants a rental. Everybody wants an apartment. Hey, I saw your ad on apartments.com. You have something coming up, and I'm interested. Okay, we have a waiting list going on 2 to 3 months, sometimes
especially in a small
6
town
months.
like Lamont.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right? Yeah. Everybody wants to live in Lamont, especially. So that was one of the things. I'm like, well, it shouldn't be that hard, right? It is real estate. I'm gonna have people calling me and all this stuff, but that's a big misconception that people have. Yeah. It's not as easy as that. We have to go out there. We have to show them the process. We have to move them from point A to point B, and that's the biggest difference between management and real estate sales.
So I think that's probably one of your biggest realizations too, then, right? Like when you came out here.
Yeah.
And I do agree with you. Most people do feel that, you know, real estate is kind of one of those things you get licensed and
people are gonna come. People rate on you,
right? and there's nothing like that, right? And I think that as real estate agents, we do a poor job of really sharing like the real journey. Yeah. Right? We show the result. We always show the end result. Like, hey, we got keys, we got buyers, stuff, but we don't show the actual actions of what it takes to get that one client, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like in real estate, right? A lot of things that we see online, a lot of things that we see on people's social media is the results. Yeah. It's like the picture. I don't know if you've ever seen the iceberg, the top of the iceberg, right? Yeah. And you see the 10% of it is all the results, all the success, the closing, the trophies, the closings, the sign, the picture with the family in front.
And under the water.
Exactly, yeah. And under the water, you don't see the prospecting, the phone calls, the rejections, the follow up, the hey, I'm not ready to buy. I'm just
calling me.
Yes, the hang-ups. People hang up on you, and you gotta fake the call. Like, okay, sounds good. Have a great day as well. Yeah. So a lot of people don't see that.
See that. What do you love about what we do?
I love the fact that, like I said, just helping the family get from point A to point B and being able, because I feel like when it comes to houses, right, in real estate, houses, I feel like house is one of the biggest, if not the biggest purchase of anyone's life. Yeah. It's an American dream, right? Yeah. Coming from a Hispanic family, American dream is to own land in this country, right? Yeah. With my parents, it was. Yeah. I know when my parents, they got the home, they were excited. So I feel like that's one of the things that I enjoy, just obviously being part of that emotion, being part of that feeling to the family, and being able, like, hey, to tell you, like, hey, you see, you could have done it. This is something that you can achieve it if you really want it, and just that feeling after that. So
obviously now you're part of our team. You're part of the Intero Real Estate Services. What do you like about our systems? What do you like about our environment? What do you like about our processes? What is it that you like about what we do now?
I love the accountability. I love the accountability every single morning that you show up and everybody's ready to go. Everybody's checking everybody else to make sure you're on. I love the fact that in the mornings you're like, hey, I'm prospecting or I'm role playing. Where you guys at? Hey, show up. It's 8:30. Let's go. Let's do it. So I love the fact that we kept in check to a certain point, and there's obviously things expected from us to show up and be consistent with the work. You show up and practice.
Yes.
Practice our skills to be great at what we do.
Exactly right. And I agree, because that's something that I feel a lot of real estate agents are winging it out there right now. Right? Yeah. They're just winging it. We're kind of just, hey, I have a license. I'm part of an office. Let me try to help you buy a home, right? Yeah. So with us at Intero, we're just really trying to empower you to understand how to generate, first of all, how to generate leads. Yeah. But most importantly, how to convert those potential leads into potential homeowners, right? Yeah. So learning the things of what to say, how to say it, when to say it's going to be very, very important, because, you tell me, when you first came into this industry, how was your confidence to where it's at now? Yeah,
it's a lot different. When I first came in, I'm like, okay, well, let me call you. Let me call some people. Hey, you want to buy a house? But it's really not that simple. It's a proven track sheet. It's a script that we have to follow. If you tell them this and you react to this in a certain tonality, you get this results. And I feel like you guys have the team and Intero have a proven track sheet of results, and you guys have scripts that if you follow them, you get the end result.
Yeah. And I think that's huge, especially for new agents, right? Yeah. Even veteran agents, we feel that this is a big part of not just our success, but obviously your success, is that now your confidence levels is shown through the way that you talk to people, because the questions, right? The pre-qualifying questions, questions of a buyer or a seller, or a sign call, or whatever it is, the opportunities, because opportunities are always in front of us, right? So, building the confidence, I think, is something that we really focus on at Intero, making sure that you're out there really knowing what to say and how to say.
And practice.
How do you feel about the support that we give you?
The support, I feel like is there. Like Danny and you guys, the support that you guys give us, like, hey, you're not gonna get anywhere with saying this or doing that, but we're here to help you out. We're here to support you. If you need anything that you have questions with, ask your team leader, or ask us, or reach out to us to a certain point. And also with the website, they have the Intero Inform, which everything that we scripts, videos, recordings, everything's just at the tip of our fingers. So it's so accessible and easy to access.
Awesome, man. So let's talk a little bit about your career now and your experience so far, right? You've been doing this for how long now?
6 months, beginning of the year. Yeah.
6 months, right? 6 months now. What kind of results have you gotten?
So far, I mean, I've been able to complete, I believe, five to six transactions so far this year. Yeah.
Right. How were you able to get those transactions completed?
Those were obviously, my circle of influence.
Circle of influence.
Yeah, certain people that I know that trust me and that obviously they know what I do, and they able to reach out to me and I'm able to help them out. So yeah, that's the people that came from me.
So how did you feel about that process of helping them, especially the sphere of influence? Because I mean, we know these people like you, trust you,
Yeah.
and are putting a lot of faith in you because they also know that you're a first-time agent.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you feel like that you did with them through the process?
I feel like I gave it my all. I gave it all my attention. You know, it's people that I know, and I'm gonna continue to see them on a daily basis. And I wanted to go beyond for them and make sure that they have a good experience and make sure that they are satisfied with me. Because at the end of the day, they know me for so many years, to the point that I wanna continue that relationship. I wanna be able to help them out in the future if they like to obviously sell the house or help out a family member of theirs. So I feel like I gave them everything that I can possibly give them, just the way that I will give anybody that I just met in any given day.
Not a lot of real estate agents, especially new real estate agents, can say that they've done 5 deals. Right, or 6 deals, sorry, in the last 6 months. That's pretty much 1 a month.
Yeah.
There's agents that go into this career doing 5 for the whole year or less than that.
Yeah.
So you're doing really, really good.
Yeah, thank you.
And I don't know a lot of you guys, but Gus is just one of our part-time agents.
Yeah.
Right. He's actually in the transition period of becoming a full-time agent. So the stuff that you're being able to do just in 6 months by doing this half or even less of the time than a full-time agent is doing it, man, that's super inspiring, man. So who would you recommend Intero Real Estate Services to?
I feel for struggling agents that they don't seem to get maybe the attention that they should be getting when they come on board, struggling agents, new agents that are lost. Because I know when I first got my license, right, because I got my license before I reached out to anyone, and I'm like, okay, I passed my test. What's next? What do I do? Do I go sign up with any broker? Do I call the agents? What do you do? And I feel like at the time, obviously, I passed my test and I was kind of lost. I'm like, I don't know where to go. So obviously, beginning agents, struggling agents that they don't get the support at the brokerage where they're at, or they're just struggling to get results.
Yes.
I feel like here it's all about results. There's a procedure that we have to go through, and you're able to get that from this company.
Yeah, I agree, man. That that whole mentality of now what?
Yeah.
It happens more often than not.
Yeah.
Right. Now I got my first lead. Now what?
Yeah.
I got my first escrow. Now what? I got my first listing. Now what? Right. So that's a question that I agree with you that a lot of new agents or even agents that don't perform at a high level are constantly asking themselves, right? And I think that and I know for us it's for a fact that we are constantly trying to help you guys be as consistent as possible with your actions, with a little bit of accountability, right? Because at the end of the day, accountability, all that is what? Holding you accountable to the things you say you're going to do, right? The things that you say, hey, these are my goals, this is what I want, so hey, we help you build the plan for that. So, man, I appreciate the time, Gus. I know that, being part of our team and being part of Intero is definitely a blessing for us, man, because you're somebody that's gone all in. You're somebody that's gone all in, not just in the on the role play, in the prospecting, but you're going all in for your own clients and say, look, I'm helping you guys all the way through no matter what.
Yeah.
And being a part-time agent, getting similar results to some of these full-time agents, man, that's super inspiring. So thank you so much.
I appreciate that, man, and I'm excited and I'm looking forward to just doing it full-time and blowing it up.
Yes, man. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate everybody's time, guys. We're super excited about, Intero Real Estate Services. If you yourself are looking to have more results like us, if you're looking, for direction, if you're looking for more accountability, but most importantly, if you really want to learn how to scale and simplify your real estate business, this is the opportunity to reach out to us. Shoot us a DM. Give us a call. We will love the opportunity to show you a little bit about what we have to provide, not just me, but the rest of the team, to really help you thrive in this industry today. Have a good day, guys. And there you have it, guys. Another episode. Gustavo Garcia, thank you so much for sharing the insight of what it took for you to actually take this leap. And I congratulate you on the progress that you've done. It goes to show you guys that if you put passion, resilience, and dedication in anything that you do, you'll get there as well. So guys, we'll see you on the next one.